in a few minutes, at the end of this piece, I'm going to take off all my clothes. And when that happens, you'll all be able to see my ball bag. Maybe you won't want to look at it, that's also fine. But if you do want to, just know that you're allowed. If you were not allowed to look at my ball bag, I would not have chosen to end the show in this manner. When I take off my clothes, you'll also notice that I'm skinny, that I'm pale, that I'm not particularly hairy, but if you're sitting close to the front, you may also spot that I have quite hairy nipples. Before all this though, I want to talk to you about a man called Stephen Gough. Perhaps you've heard of him by the name the Naked Rambler. Stephen doesn't know that I'm talking to you today. I don't know what he'd make of these propositions that I'm making to you here in our theatre bar in Glasgow. Maybe he doesn't care. We've never met and he's not here. Because at this moment, Stephen Gough is sitting in a cell in Her Majesty's Prison, Perth, where he's been since 2006. Stephen Gough, the Naked Rambler, used to walk the length of Britain naked. People loved it, and for some reason, he only ever ran into serious trouble when he got into Scotland. And so now, we've got him in a jail cell, for being naked in public, as I am soon to be. And when I take off my clothes, that's the end of this little chat. I won't say anything else. You're allowed to laugh or giggle if you want to. You're allowed to. I'll bow, and then I'll shyly put my clothes back on, and since it's the end, you're allowed to clap too, and maybe even cheer a bit if you like. In fact, that would probably be quite nice, because I will be feeling quite exposed, and I could probably use the encouragement. But most importantly, you're allowed to look. But while that's happening, and this is the audience participation bit if you like, while that's happening and you're watching me take off my clothes and noticing the skinniness and the paleness and all the rest of it, I'd like you to also be thinking about the following questions. When did we let our ideas about ourselves become so disconnected that we had to legislate against the existence of our own flesh and blood? What happens if we leave the entire discussion about our bodies in the violent, money-spinning hands of advertising agencies, magazine editors, and pornographers? Are we born free, or are our bodies illegal simply by the virtue of the fact that they exist? Because even the chief of police must sometimes have to stand naked. Even the editor of Nuts magazine must sometimes have to stand naked. Even the Lord Justice must sometimes have to stand naked. And even the people in this room must all sometimes have to stand naked. And in Perth prison, a man called Stephen Gough, 52 years old from Eastleigh, does stand naked. All day, every day, having committed no crime other than to be naked in public, as I will soon be too, and knowing that the moment he steps outside, they'll put him back in again, trapped in an endless cycle until people outside care enough about him, about our bodies, about our ideas about ourselves, until people care enough to change it. My belly is pale, my arms are skinny, my nipples are hairy, my legs are thin, my ball bag dangles a bit. And in a minute I'm going to undress, in an act of solidarity with a man who sits in a jail in Scotland, and then I'm going to bow, and that's the end. And when that happens, you're allowed to look. And you're allowed to laugh and giggle too, and you're allowed to clap and maybe cheer a bit if you want to. You're allowed to. You're allowed to. You're allowed to.